All right, so y'all, this is problem number 6 out of 3.3, and it says that given that 3 is a zero of the polynomial function, we would like to find the remaining zeros, okay? So y'all, first thing I want you to notice, our function right here, f of x, is an x to the third problem. That's telling me that we're gonna have 3 zeros, okay? And they're telling me that one of them is already the number x is equal to 3. This is one of the x-intercepts, or one of the solutions to f of x is equal to 0, right? What we call the zeros are when f of x is equal to 0, what are the 3 different x values? And so far we know one of them is 3 because they told us right here that 3 was a 0. So y'all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use synthetic division, okay? So I'm going to come back over here. Again, I'm going to fill in my coefficients, the numbers in front of the x's, right? So the number in front of the x to the third is a 1. The number in front of the x squared is a minus 11. The number in front of the x is a 49. And my constant term, y'all, is the number 75, or negative 75, I'm sorry. So remember, the first number I'm going to check, y'all, is 3. And they told me that it's a 0. So when I get to this point right here, y'all, I should get a 0 right there. Okay, so remember, first step, drop down the 1. So let's multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. We're going to add straight down negative 11 plus 3. Like I owe you $11 and I only give you 3. Well, then you would say you still owe me 8. Okay. 3 times negative 8 is a negative 24. Okay. And again, I'm going to add straight down. So 49 minus 24 should be something like 25. And I'm going to multiply again. 3 times 25 is 75. And if you notice, y'all, when we add, boom, we get 0, right? Okay, what we're going to do now, y'all, is we're going to take these numbers right here, right? Remember, we used to have an x to the third. So that's the number in front of the x squared. The negative 8 is the number in front of the x, and the number 25 is my constant term. So y'all, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this guy here equal to 0, and I'm going to go ahead and solve it, okay? So let me come back over here. X squared minus 8x plus 25 equals 0. Now, y'all, what I'm probably going to end up having to use here is the quadratic formula, okay? So remember, a is the number 1, right? B is the number negative 8, and C is the number 25. And if you remember, I know it's been a little while since we've done the quadratic formula, but if you remember the quadratic formula, it's x equals negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac, everything being divided by 2 times a, okay? So y'all, remember, when I'm using the quadratic formula, it's pretty much a plug and chug type formula, right? So look, right here it says a negative b, so I'm going to write a negative of a negative 8. I'll simplify all that in a second, okay? The next part says b squared, so we're going to take negative 8 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 25, everything divided by 2 times a, okay? So let's see. Look, negative of negative 8 is a positive 8, okay? Negative 8, when I square it, is a 64 minus 4 times 1 times 25 is 100 all over 2, okay? Now, y'all, I'm just going to write on the next page, x equals 8 plus or minus, let's see, what are we going to have inside here? So look, y'all, if I look at this piece right here, 64 minus 100, that should be a negative 36 inside my square root all over 2, because the bottom was 2 times 1, which was just 2, right? Okay, so now look, y'all. First thing I want you to notice, because there is a negative on the inside, boom, there's my I, right? The square root of 36, y'all, is 6, all divided by 2. And now, all I'm going to do here, y'all, is reduce these numbers by 2. So 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. And I want you to notice, y'all, I really have 2 answers here. One of them is 4 plus 3i, and the other one is 4 minus 3i, right? So y'all, I'm going to come back to my original problem, okay? Remember we said we were going to have three answers, right? And we had the first one right here, x equals 3. So I'm going to write that down again, right? X equals 3. The other one we came up was x equals 4 plus 3i. And the third one we came up with was 4 minus 3i. So when it says to list the remaining zeros, they are looking for these two. Now again, y'all, you can put 4 plus or minus 3i as one answer. Just realize that there really are two answers there, right? One of them is 4 plus 3i and one of them is 4 minus 3i. Okay, if y'all have